What's going on, YouTube? My name is Jordan and this is Beside Peaceful Waters. Little YouTube channel I'm getting going just to kind of share my experience with aquascaping. This is Marigold, and Marigold is down here. I'm not sure if you can see her, she just climbed up. And then over here we have Mystic and the Rainbow Collective. So I just got my first aquarium set up here. This was a 10-gallon top fin essentials aquarium kit. I got it from Petco, and yeah, I just want to share my experience, kind of like my first time ever setting up an aquarium, my first time ever owning fish or having fish or being a caretaker, you know, of the water they live in. And so yeah, I started off, I kind of went by Petco and I picked up this aquarium. I had been looking at aquascaping videos for a couple weeks and just really got fascinated by the process. Like the idea that you could like visualize and create something. And so I picked this up. It was super cheap. It was like, I think like $60 online, you know. I think 70 in the store. I brought it home. I got a couple extra things. I went to another local aquarium store called Rivershore Aquariums. I'm in Minnesota, and just a lovely group of people that helped me get some aqua soil and some basic plants. So I set up the aquarium, and then when we went to Rivershore, there was also like my partner. My partner and I went there, and there was this betta just like going back and forth against the glass at one of their aquariums, and he was just so lively and energetic. And so we brought him home and we named him Mystic, and then yeah, we just kind of built this tank for him. And so what did I learn? I think the biggest thing I think is I learned about the different places to buy things and what it felt to buy them there. Petco was a good experience in some ways. Like it felt like they had a wide selection of things to look at, like a wide selection of fish, a wide selection of like aquariums and stuff. The filter on the back they gave me did break. Like when I put it in, it was making like loud noises, and then later on, like it stopped working completely. And part of that too was maybe just the way that I was interacting with it, but they were actually very friendly and allowed me to get a whole new hang on the back filter, which I like even more. And so like, yeah, so I think if I had to summarize like my experience, I would say Petco, I didn't get the feeling that like, or I'll say this way, when I went to Rivershore, I had the feeling that people there were just like all about aquariums and all about the fish, and they were enthusiastic and lively about like this passion. And I got some of that at Petco with some of the employees, but Rivershore was just like really over the top. Like, we care about the fish, we really hold a high quality standard here, and it had a more of a home business feel. And so that really helped me feel like comfortable with the process. And so yeah, so I think there was another aquarium shop I went to. This one was at Maplewood Mall, and it's called Twin Cities Guppies. And I've gone in there a number of times just to kind of like, we'd passed by this aquarium, my partner and I, and just gone in and looked around, and so it was not too far away. It's probably the closest place to me besides Petco. And I went in there with my partner, and she had really loved the look of this variant of tetra called a diamond head tetra. We call them bright eyes, but we had come home with a number of them, and we wanted to see how they would do with the betta. The betta was kind of waiting outside the tank, and so they went in together, and it seemed like they just harmoniously got along, you know. Like a number of them were smaller, and like right off the bat it seemed like things were fine. One thing I learned is that to be careful with how you introduce tetras to water. I had gone back, so we had picked up 6 of the diamond head tetras from Twin Cities Guppies, and some of them are very small, and there was one left at the store. And so like 2 days later, after I'd brought these fish into the tank, we kind of felt bad about leaving just one of the school behind. Like there were 7 of them, we didn't want to overcrowd the tank, and so we thought they need 5 or 6 to school, let's get 6 and see how the betta does with them. If they don't like it, we'll bring them back. And the betta seemed to be doing fine with the tetras. They had a great time, they weren't fighting. Like right off the bat, they were kind of like nosing at each other, but then like they just did their own thing. So I thought maybe one more, we went back, and the last one there was kind of pale. And I brought him back here, and yeah, he's no longer with us. He died, and it was the first fish I ever had die, and that was an experience to go through, to have like an animal you're caring for pass away, and then wondering, oh well, did I do something wrong? And like, how could I do better in the future? And there was one other of the neon tetras, or of the cardinal tetras, or the diamond head tetras, excuse me, that also passed away. And so I had 2 the same morning that passed away, and they were the 2 smallest ones. And I don't know what it was. It could have been the water, it could have been, who knows. I've laid them to rest within myself and set the intention just to do a better job, you know, of just really being intentional with the process. I don't think who knows what it was. It might not have been my fault. They might have been sick beforehand. That was one. It could have been a whole bunch of things. And so, but it's something to process when something dies with you. And so after that happened, I went to another store nearby called Imported Fish. It's another store, it's a couple miles away, and they have like giant goldfish and fancy goldfish, fancy bettas, and just really beautiful selection of imported fish. And we basically told him about it, and he said maybe it could have been the temperature change. I keep the water here about like 79 degrees, you know, or he said it could have been like, because this one has soil in the base, and the one that I got, the diamond head tetras, didn't. It could have been them not acclimating to the change in the type of the water. And so I had gotten the water changed, or I had gotten the water tested before I put in all the fish, and the water said that was fine. Petco said it was fine. Twin Cities Guppy said it was fine. The betta seemed to be doing fine with the tetras, and so like, who knows what happened exactly, but after those 2 diamond head tetras died, they didn't have enough to school. And so Imported Fish, we picked up 3 neon tetras, and they're from a larger group. They've been together for months, and they really had a good, healthy look to them. And we thought 3 would be enough where they'd be able to have their own like familiarity with each other, and also be able to maybe fit into the group of 5 diamond head tetras, since they are the same species. And so those got introduced yesterday, and they've been really peacefully cohabitating. I did the drip acclimation, which is like where you like slowly drip in to the bag of the fish I got, like the water from this aquarium. And so I did that for like 4 or 5 hours, and then I put the bag in the tank, and so they got used to the water change, heat. And I did that with the first group of tetras, but 2 still passed, and so I don't know what caused that. And it was just a joy to wake up and see them all like schooling together and peacefully coexisting. Like the diamond head tetras and the neon tetras seem to really love each other. The betta seems to be doing fine. Every now and then he sees his reflection in the sides and he'll flare. And I think like it was a bit much, the transition. But they seem pretty happy. I fed them all this morning, and they're all very peacefully coexisting. They're all eating, and they're all swimming around, and yeah, I'm just really grateful to have this beautiful tank here. And yeah, it was a wonderful experience for me. My favorite part was like learning about how to care for the fish. I spent so much time learning about bettas, so much time learning about tetras. We had a snail that passed away as well. And yeah, that's the challenging aspects, right? Because, you know, we did our best and we did our research, but then also like we made mistakes, and the end result is that there are two diamond head tetras and a nerite snail that are dead. And you know, I watched this video by Josh Sim, who is like probably one of the most famous aquascapers out there, and he was talking about how like he had killed a bunch of shrimp in the beginning of his journey, just by not knowing how to do it right, you know, and doing his best. And then it does kind of stay with you, you know, it stays with you. And so one, I can reflect back and yeah, I acknowledge the challenging emotions that came up about the death of a fish, acknowledge the joy of learning how to aquascape, how to care for plants. We got wonderful plants from River Shore Aquariums. River Shore is the name of the place. And then also I ordered 3 Java Fern and Anubias, which are very common plants, from a place online called Glass Aqua. It was so fun to unbox those and then add them in. And yeah, just the whole process was invigorating. It was like learning a new hobby for the first time, and you're just want to jump in and learn everything. And so I'm really happy I did. My advice would be to people that to just really take extra care of your filter for one. Like when the initial aquarium kit went in, the filter was making noise in the beginning. And so it wasn't like a faultless filter. It did kind of feel like a generic brand filter. But the price point made it really easy to jump in of this aquarium kit, and also it already had a heater. And so like, if it's within your budget, maybe springing for a higher quality kit, who knows? I mean, this seems fine. It's a perfect kit. Maybe I'll have it forever. And I love it, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I do like the filter in the back I have now. It's a better quality, it's more quiet, and it worked right off the bat quietly. So my advice would be get an aquarium you love that's within your budget and allows you just to jump in without feeling a stretch of money. To find a local shop that you really love and people are passionate about it. To do your research about bettas and about tetras and the water temperature, and also like the way people react to soil, and then have fun, like really enjoy every step of the process. Like looking at an empty aquarium and then saying, what do I want to fill it with, was one of the most beautiful things. It's like there's that creative gears going, and then putting the soil in, and then learning how to aquascape, or learning how to like plant the plants. Like I tied them onto little crystals because it's a lot of fun, like meaningful crystals to me. Like I have some amethyst in there and just an assortment of different things. And so I made it fun, I made it very personal. I did it with a partner, which kind of was joyful too, to be able to share a hobby and share something beautiful in that way. And now we get to have this beautiful home, this beautiful aquarium home. And yeah, we're moving in 3 weeks, and maybe I'll take it down, and the new home will be in for at least 12 months. But it felt like the right thing to do. And the fish seem happy now. I'm happy now. And I've learned a lot. And yeah, just gonna keep on moving forward and keep learning. And hopefully, like everything I've learned here will come with me in case I want to do another tank down the line too. I'll probably be posting updates here maybe, or just like, I like to do time-lapse videos of like aquascaping or like reviews maybe. But yeah, I'm looking for community. It's a lot of fun just to kind of document my process, like a journal, and then also like it'd be nice to have some people to talk with it about. And so like online and in person. And so it was great to go to all the local aquarium shops, and I have a feeling this will be like the beginning of a wonderful hobby and experience, and I'm really grateful to have the opportunity to have this in my home and have it a part of my life, and yeah, I'm gonna keep them Marigold's kind of doing her thing, but I'm grateful. Thank you all for watching the video. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you later. Take care. Peace.